Welcome to Silver and Black Films presents The Roster Decisions.
The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song he sweeps along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver hat about his head, and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold. And the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you round and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won.
The moves that head coach Jon Gruden and GM Mike Mayock made in free agency and the draft this offseason shows us what a Raider looks like. Gruden also told us,
big and fast, big part of the Raider image. I think that's the kind of guys we're looking for. Big, fast guys that love it.
And the moves in free agency and the draft match what Gruden said. So after going out and finding 90 of the biggest, strongest, fastest guys that love it, they had them all compete in training camp and preseason games. And now they're down to the 53-man roster. The competition was close at a few positions. It was to the point where you couldn't tell which way it was going to go. There were some fan favorites let go, but the right decisions were made for the most part. There are only a couple of little things that seem questionable in that roster right now. And that's because Gruden and Mayock clearly aren't done tweaking it yet. After a horrible start to his career, Gruden seems to have quarterback Nathan Peterman going in the right direction. After throwing 5 interceptions on opening day for Buffalo last year, Peterman is one of just 2 quarterbacks that have over 80 attempts this preseason without an interception. The ball has come out on time and on target. And when the rush comes, he either gets the ball out quick to his check down, or he uses his athleticism to take off running. Derek Carr is obviously the starter, and Mike Glennon, the competition to be his main backup, has better arm talent, but he can't do this like Peterman. We're going to see how this ultimately shakes out, because right now, the Raiders are keeping both of them with Carr. But one of them has to go. That's because they claimed DeShone Kizer off the waiver wire. With the Cleveland Browns as a rookie, he cost his team a chance to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers in Week 17 with this interception. But at the same time, he seemed to be figuring things out as he had his first 300-yard game. He threw for 314 yards with 2 touchdowns to be exact. He showed a big-time arm in the process. The accuracy isn't too bad either. And then there's that athleticism that he has in spades. The sum of all his parts made him Mayock's #1 quarterback in 2017. And the fact that he's a Raider tells you Gruden isn't too far behind in those thoughts. If he can get Kaiser going, the Raiders will have a solid backup. Receiver Keelan Doss showed he belongs in the NFL in training camp in this preseason. He has reliable hands to make tough catches. And he's a smooth route runner that can run after the catch a little bit. And at 6'4" with good hops and body control, he makes catches like this look easy. But the Raiders have the big chicken plan for Antonio Brown. They have a plan for Tyrell Williams, whom they paid a lot of money for, and he's also 6'4". They have a plan for 5th round pick Hunter Renfrow, and it might be accelerated. But it's not time to go crazy over Renfrow just yet. His competition is not over. The Raiders also have a plan for Ryan Grant in the slot, so he has something to say about this still. He was hurt early in camp, but he's playing well now. And the plan for Dwayne Harris is definitely on special teams. He's one of the best returnmen in the game today. Then there's the plan for the speed of 4.2 40 running J.J. Nelson. The Raiders are definitely going vertical with him this year. So knowing this, Doss turned down the contract for the Raiders practice squad and signed with the Jaguars practice squad, where he has a chance to make the main squad. But I am over the moon happy that Rico Gafford, another 4.2 40 guy that was cut, signed with the Raiders practice squad. Another guy I'm happy about is running back DeAndre Washington. He had a bad year last year, but he balled this preseason. He's running well. And he's catching the ball well. Right now, he's the most complete running back the Raiders have, not named Josh Jacobs. So he literally ran Doug Martin out of town. Alec Ingold is taking the fullback job as he blocks well. And he also catches the ball well. Blocking has never been a problem for former linebacker Keith Smith. And his pass catching is improving. But if you look at Ingold's college tape, you'll know that he's more of a playmaker, which is why he got the edge. Watch that number 60 come crashing through. His name, Anthony Rush. Watch this. And this. I sure wish he would have had the chance to do that against starters, but I'm happy to have him on the practice squad. And there just wasn't enough room for Ethan Westbrooks either. But it's good to have him on the practice squad too. There just isn't enough room because Jonathan Hankins is ready this year after getting picked up off the streets last year. Maurice Hurst is ready too. He plays around well and he led the team in sacks last year. He also has a propensity for batting down passes. And the Raiders are just not ready to give up on 2018 second round pick PJ Hall just yet. The ends are set except for Josh Morrow. He was just brought in free agency and cut to make room for Kaiser. But like everyone else, I believe he will be back soon because the Raiders are not going to keep 4 quarterbacks. Linebacker Brandon Marshall was a surprise cut to many, but after showing he can cover last year, he's showing he can play the run now. He's also showing he can rush the passer from that double A gap look. It was definitely Nick Morrow that had Brandon Marshall sent packing. I'm kind of wondering about safety Dallin leaving. He does a good job on this D-ball coming over and not letting anything get behind him. Then he's going to get a hand on this one. On this one, he doesn't get over there and the play gets behind him. On this one, he's going to give up a touchdown right in his hood, or should I say his area. And can he cover the slot one-on-one? I'm going to have to say no on that one. Tackling was the reason Mayock gave for keeping him. And he can do that. He can even get down in the box and tackle, but his overall game doesn't warrant the Raiders keeping more than 4 safeties. Whatever performance-enhancing drugs Nevin Lawson took didn't work. He got picked on a lot, and when he wasn't drawing a pass interference penalty, he was getting charbroiled. But amazingly, he's still on the team suspended. A 4th round pick Isaiah Johnson took a knee to the head from linebacker Markel Lee, and he remains in concussion protocol. And that left room for undrafted free agent Keyshawn Nixon to grab a spot. And with that kind of sticky coverage, he did. Nixon earned his way onto the team by making plays. Gruden said Morrow is the most complete linebacker the Raiders have on the team. So I guess that's why Brandon Marshall is no longer in the cards. And Peterman took well to Gruden's instruction. But he's one of 4 quarterbacks, and Carr and Kaiser aren't going anywhere anytime soon. So while Gruden and Mayock aren't done with the roster yet, so far it's not too bad. Keelan Doss deserves to be on an active squad, and he will be soon in Jacksonville. This just so happens to be the Raiders' best receiver group in years. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you Thursday with Matching Up with the Broncos.